Hello there, everyone. I'm Denise Salcedo, and you're watching the Up Next Fighting YouTube channel. With me right now is Nick Morgan of the Healthier Choice Recovery. So, Nick, I want to start off by sort of giving people a little bit of a breakdown about what you do and talk to us a little bit about the Healthier Choice Recovery and what it's all about.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm a national recovery advocate, so I travel the country and I speak in schools and prisons and jails and different conferences just to really bring awareness to mental health and substance abuse. It's something that I've been in the industry about 8 years myself, and have got to a point to where now we actually have our own outpatient facility in Sherman Oaks here, and we really integrate mental health and substance abuse and try to treat people as well as possible.
It feels like it's only been in the last couple of years that there has really been this huge conversation surrounding mental health. It's good. It's good that we're having this conversations. How do you feel seeing more of a push from organizations, from celebrities, from just like about everybody really pushing out this message about the importance about mental health and, of course, also, helping those with substance abuse?
Yeah, it's something that isn't talked about enough, and I think nowadays people are starting to shed more light on it. I think people tend to put drug addicts in this box, you know what I mean, and mental health separately, and really don't even shed light on it in general, right? And this is something that I'm super excited about to do with UNF, is really being able to shed light on that and mental health as a whole. I'd say 90% of our entire world struggles with mental health in one way or another. I know a lot of fighters definitely struggle with it and have stories from coming from the mud to being able to be in the ring. And my main goal is just to let people know that they're not alone, and really be able to get that message out there that it's okay to struggle, you know what I mean? And you're not alone, and you're not the only person that's been through this, and you can overcome it.
So what's the plan? I know you're going to be partnering with us, Up Next Fighting. How are you going to essentially collaborate with UNF to, help the fighters out, to get the message out? What's the plan?
Well, one thing would be sharing my story, right? I've got a story of recovery. I've been sober, clean and sober for about 9 years now. And that's really been able to put me in a position to be able to help other people and see it from that aspect. But I also want to get other people's stories out there. I want to be able to speak to the fighters and really, dig down deep with them and get their stories of overcoming whatever mental health issues that they've had and what's brought them to the ring.
And so talk to us, if you want, about your story and how you sort of went from where you were at to now all of a sudden taking part in this program.
Yeah, so for me, I was a drug addict and struggled with mental health. And, I got to a point in my life to where I was actually like sleeping under a bridge in South Florida and doing opiates, and was a severe alcoholic. And, went through about 5 rehab centers myself, and saw that, when I finally did get sober, I was put in a position to work in the industry as a behavioral health technician, and just saw that I really enjoyed helping other men and women, find solution, because there's a lot of people out there just really don't know what to do in these situations, right? Whether it be parents or the individuals themselves. So I found passion in that, and it's definitely something that, I've worked hard at over the last 8 or 9 years, and been able to create a community of people, and again, just open my own outpatient rehab center for mental health and substance abuse.
Yeah. So, you mentioned helping people out, but what was that moment for you where you finally decided to turn your life around? Or was there anything that helped you just sort of change your perspective to help out?
Yeah, when I really was introduced to the recovery community, right, where I saw that there were other people like me, right, like that I wasn't by myself, and I saw other people that had been through the same thing I had been through and were acquiring things in their life, right, and then they were finding that peace within themselves and doing something with their life, and I was finally tired. I wanted that, I saw that if that person could do it, why can't I do it, and that's really, I think, what a lot of people need, is just to know that, there is help, right? There is a solution. There are people that do understand. And that's really what I needed. I needed to see somebody else that had done it before me. And that's really my plan, is to show people, that, you can come from the mud and do something with your life and be successful.
Now, earlier you said that you have done all of these conversations and talked to people in schools and prisons and all of these different places. What has that experience been like, especially when it comes to prisons?
I wouldn't have it any other way. It's something very special. Obviously, I think going into the prisons, it's like, part of me before I went into a prison to speak, I'm like, look, how am I going to go in here and tell these guys about this, my story, and like I'm on the outside, but it's like the response that I got afterwards of sharing my story of what I had been through and overcoming it really gave a lot of them hope, that they didn't have to continue to live in this cycle and that there is success. I don't put it past anybody to recover from mental health or recover from drug addiction. I don't think anybody's too far gone. And just hearing it from another person, that's, again, been in that situation, I love being on that stage. I love being in front of people and sharing my story and really, getting the responses afterwards that like, wow, man, like that really changed something in me, and I still get, text messages and calls years and years later, like, hey, you spoke in my school and man, like I'm doing this with my life today. I got a call from somebody yesterday that, I helped 5 years ago and today he's a police officer, so it's things like that really, really keep me going.
That's really cool because then you know that your message got through to someone, that it resonated with somebody. So that's very awesome. That's a big accomplishment. Nick, before we wrap this up, where can people, if anybody is interested, is sort of learning more about the Healthier Choice Recovery, where can they go to visit?
So we have the healthierchoicerecovery.com. We've got all social media platforms, the Healthier Choice on Instagram. You can find me, Nick Morgan Recovery, anywhere. And another one more thing that I did definitely want to shed light on is the fact that how many people that we've lost to this. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big thing as well, as like how many people we've lost to drug addiction and fentanyl and just suicide, and especially in men, and women as well. But that's a big factor in why I do what I do. I lost my brother in 2019 from an overdose, lost my best friend in 2014. And that's really what's been a passion to drive me to help other families, not have to experience the same thing. So it's definitely something I want to shed light on. And like I said, you can find us on all social media platforms, the Healthier Choice Recovery, Nick Morgan Recovery. We're 24/7. We're not a 9 to 5. You can reach out at any time. There'll be someone for you to talk to. There'll be a solution for anybody, regardless of whatever your financial means are. I will give you a solution and some sort of a resource to help you.
I love that. We're going to post the links to that in the description box below. So if you guys want to take a look at the program, find out more, you are more than welcome to check out the link in the description box below. Nick Morgan, thank you so much for chatting with us today. And thank you to everybody watching. And we'll catch you on the next video.